In this video, we are going to discuss unit step signal or unit step function. This is also called as step function. Why we are taking this as unit step means we are taking only amplitude as 1. Whenever the amplitude of step function is equivalent to 1, then that is called as unit step signal. The amplitude may be more than 1, then that is just called as step signal. So, here we will take the definition of unit step signal. So, whatever basic signals we considered in the last class, that we will discuss one by one. All the signals we are going to discuss with amplitude as 1, that means unit signals we are going to discuss. The area covered by all that unit signals is equivalent to 1, that means unit step signal, unit ramp signal, unit parabolic signal. All the unit signals, the area for all the unit signals, the area covered by that unit signals is equivalent to 1. Now, we will see the definition for unit step signal. So, here u of t or u of n are the representations of unit step signal. If you are taking the signals in the continuous manner, you need to represent with u of t. If you are considering your signal in discrete manner, then you need to consider u of n. So, here you are having u of t. So, this u of t is equivalent to 1 when t greater than or equal to 0, 0 when t less than 0. This is the definition for continuous unit step. That means, we will take the pictorial representation of this definition. So, if you considered your signal on x and y axis, you need to consider time always on the x axis and you need to consider your signal on y axis. So, here as you consider unit step function with u of t, you need to represent with u of t. So, I am representing with u of t and on x axis or horizontal axis I consider my time. So, here from t greater than or equal to 0, your unit step signal amplitude must be is equivalent to 1. Whatever value indicating here, that indicates the amplitude of the signal. So, here from t equal to 0 means from here onwards you need to consider 1 for unit step signal. So, when t less than 0, no need to indicate anything because here when t less than 0, you are having 0 in the definition. So, if you got this shape, this is called as unit step signal. For a simple step signal, the amplitude may be 2 or 3 or 4, any value. For a unit step, your amplitude must be unity. So, now you can consider in discrete form also. So, that discrete unit step definition will be like this. So, you can write as same as your continuous unit step, but the only difference is you need to replace your continuous time with discrete time. So, you know that discrete time can be indicated with n and continuous time always we will indicate with t. So, I am just replacing this t with n, then I am going to get the equation or a definition for discrete unit step. So, you can see the definition. This is equal to 1 when n greater than or equal to 0 and this is equal to 0 when n less than 0. So, this is the definition for discrete unit step. Now, we will see the pictorial representation of this discrete unit step. So, now here also you need to consider your signal on x axis, that means your time on x axis and signal related to y axis. So, here we are having discrete time, no need to consider y axis. If you consider also, no problem. So, I consider horizontally. So, here time I consider in horizontal. So, here when n greater than or equal to 0, you need to place the samples equivalent to 1. So, here you can observe I am considering discrete intervals. So, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this I consider, and here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 like this I consider. So, why I am considering only discrete intervals means as this is discrete definition, so we need to consider discrete values, whereas here we are having continuous values. That means, so what is the value of this u of t at t equal to 0.2 means this is equal to 1 we can say, but here what is the value of u of n at n equal to 0.2 means we can't say. So, we can't determine this value. So that's why this is called as discrete, and this is called as continuous. So in continuous signal we can define the value at any instant of time, but in discrete nature we can't determine the value of signal at any instant of time. Only at a discrete intervals we can define the value of signal. So that is only the difference between continuous and discrete. Now we will place the samples from 0 onwards. The sample voltage must be equivalent to 1, sample height must be equivalent to 1. So similar to this, just we are defining only at discrete intervals. That means we are cropping that continuous intervals. That means 0, we are showing the value from 0.00012, so 0.9999 onwards we are cropping the signal, and from 1 we are indicating again. So point signals, that means decimal point values we are not indicating. That is the nature of your discrete signal. So this is discrete unit step. If you observe the left side, that means negative axis, as n less than 0 the signal is equivalent to 0, no need to indicate any sample. Here whatever sample we indicated from 0 to infinity, those will be with amplitude equivalent to 1, as that is a discrete unit step. If that is discrete step function, then you can take any amplitude like 2, 3, 4 like that. So now you can come to some properties, important properties of unit step. So here u of t minus t naught. So you are having u of t minus t naught. What may be the value of u of t minus t naught? This is shifted unit step function. I am considering this example. This is u of t, and here you are having u of t minus t naught means shifted version of u of t. That means this step function is shifted to some value. Which value means to t naught it is going to shift. So now here I am going to discuss some properties of this unit step function, so which are very important in gate point of view. First property is u of t whole square or whole power n is also equivalent to u of t. That implies u of t minus t naught whole power n or k, anything, you can take k now. So any power, with any power is equivalent to same t minus t naught. So that means if you squared or cubed your unit step function or shifted unit step function, you are going to get the same which we are having before that process. So here for example, I am considering some diagrammatical representation to prove this first property. This is first property. So I am considering some pictorial representations. If you are having your unit step, if you are having your u of t, so if you want to square this, so u of t whole square if I want to take, so then what will happen if I multiplied with u of t with u of t. So here you are having 1 and here you are having 1, then 1 into 1, so you are getting 1 only. That means, so this is equivalent to 1. So you are getting same u of t, so you are not getting any higher value than 1, and the periods also same, from 0 to infinity you are multiplying 1 with 1, you are getting same 1 from 0 to infinity. That is why if you squared or cubed or if you multiplied 4 times or n times, if you are getting 1 only, 1 into 1 into 1, n times also, that is equivalent to 1. Now coming to shifted version, I want to prove this. What is the shifted version? If you want to know the shift value, you need to consider like this. So t minus t naught you need to equal with 0, then t is equal to t naught. This is the meaning, you need to shift your initial value to t naught. So actually initial value for this function starts at 0, you need to shift it to t naught. So here I am shifting. So I am shifting this step to here, to t naught. So that means this is the function u of t minus t naught. If you multiplied n u of t minus t naughts also, you are getting same u of t minus t naught only. Why? Because here also just we shifted, we didn't change any amplitude. So here if you multiplied u of t minus t naught n times, so from t naught to infinity 1 into 1 into 1 takes place, then the result is also equivalent to shifted version of your unit step. So that's why u of t minus t naught whole power k is also equivalent to u of t minus t naught. So another property for unit step function is, that is also very important property, second property of unit step. So that is time scaling won't work for unit step function. That means u of at is also equivalent to u of t. U of at is also equivalent to u of t. Why time scaling won't work for u of t, I will discuss when we are dealing LTI systems and operation on signals. When we are discussing operation on signals, I will discuss why time scaling is not applicable to u of t. Now you can take the property u of at is equivalent to u of t. So here u of at is equivalent to u of t means, for example, if you are having like this at minus t naught, if you are having like this, then what you will do? So you can't scale when you are having scaling factor to time. So when you are having scaling factor to time, you can't do shifting as it is. You need to take common, you need to apply this value to shifting value, then only you can shift or scale the values. Whenever a signal having scaling to time and shifting, then you need to apply this scaling factor to this also, directly you can't do. So for that I need to take common. So a into t minus t naught by a. So here as time scaling property won't work for u of at, so u of at, this is total time with shift. So u of at is equivalent to u of t means, so this is equivalent to u of t minus t naught by a. So like this you can write. This is one of the property of second property of unit step. This is very very important. That means in exams how they will ask means, so they will ask like this, what is the value of u of 2t minus 4, they will ask like this. So this is equivalent to u of t minus 4 by 2. So this is the answer. Why? Because you need to take the common of 2. So t minus 4 by 2 you need to take. So 2 into means time scaling, that will become time scaling, you can eliminate that 2. So this is equivalent to u of t minus 2 is the value of this function. U of 2t minus 4 is equivalent to. So in the below options you need to select u of t minus 2. This is based on this property. If you don't know, time scaling is not eligible, time scaling is not eligible for unit step function, then you can't trace this answer. By knowing this property you can easily trace this as your right option. So this is about unit step signal. And one more important point is for testing systems we are going to consider some signals. That means for bounded input we need to get bounded output. So when we are testing such type of systems, we need to consider bounded input, bounded output signals. So unit step signal is the best test signal. So this is also one theory related question. So this is the best test signal for testing any system. This is the best test signal to test any system to get the response, proper response. And this unit step signal is very very important in further topics also. That means in LTI systems, when we are dealing with Fourier transforms and Fourier series. So this unit step signal will have so many problems on this. So we are having so many problems on this. So this is about unit step signal definition and discrete and continuous unit steps and two important properties.